Why do you keep with your health issues? Why are you driving around with drugs? Why are you picking up DWIs? That doesn't affect your health issues. Are you Ricardo Martinez?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all discovery? Did you review it with your client?
I did, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Martinez, did you review the document entitled Application for Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes,
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
yes,
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Your Honor.
yes.
All right, everyone, we're on the record, so please don't approach the coordinator. State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
No, Your Honor, we move to waive the repeater enhancement and also waive count 1 and proceed on count 2.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
No,
Mr. Martinez, did you review the court admonishments with your attorney? The document that tells you your rights, did you review that with your attorney?
yes,
Did you understand it?
yes,
Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you're charged with the offense of possession of a controlled substance?
Yes.
Felony group 1, more than 4 grams. That's a 3rd-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes,
If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand? Did you understand?
yes,
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
yes,
Did you understand by entering this agreement, you were giving up those rights?
yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes,
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
He has, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I believe he does.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I believe so.
Mr. Martinez, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
no, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen? Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes,
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
yes,
According to the plea, the state is proceeding on count 2. They're asking that your punishment be assessed at 8 years in the prison. There's a $2,000 fine and the state recommends community supervision. Did you understand that to be the plea?
yes,
Defense, is that the plea?
It is, Judge. I conferred with the state. I believe they were going to let us address the fine, so I don't know if that would be outside the agreement.
All right. State, is that the plea?
It is, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
yes,
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, not at this time, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 4 years. There be a TAP evaluation, 120 hours of community service restitution, DWI intervention, the victim impact panel live, and ignition interlock. Did you understand those were recommendations from the
Yes.
state and the court does
ma'am.
not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Then how do you plead to count 2? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence.
State offers State's Exhibit Number 1 and attachment.
And I've reviewed those documents with my client. We have no objection, Your
All
Honor.
right, did you review the waivers with your attorney?
Yes,
This document, did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes,
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there'll be no live testimony. Did you understand?
yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, we'd like to proceed with sentencing today.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, we would just ask that you follow the plea bargain. My client is almost 70 years old. He has a variety of health issues, knows he made a mistake. And we would just ask that the court follow the plea bargain regarding defining community service. He is indigent. He is on a fixed income. He is 70 years old. We just have concerns about him being able to pay the full fine in addition to the court costs and whatever classes he would have to take while he's on probation. And he does have a variety of health issues, and he just has a concern about physically being able to complete his community service. So we would just ask if the court would take that into consideration.
What's your health issue? What is your health issue?
Oh, right now, it's hurting right here. I put in the county class slip.
So you didn't have issues before you were arrested?
Yes, I had 4 screws in my back. A broken hip, a broken arm. They're gonna break it again, so I could operate, but no.
So why are you still driving around with drugs and committing DWIs? That doesn't stop you with
What?
your health issues.
I can't hear you.
Why do you keep with your health issues? Why are you driving around with drugs? Why are you picking up DWIs? That doesn't affect your health
It's
issues.
been 30 years ago, man.
No, this drug case was not 30 years ago today. If it was 30 years, we wouldn't be here.
DWIs only.
And you have this drug case.
That was something else. You won't believe me anyway, so.
Well, so here's the thing. People will come before me, they have medical issues and they say, don't give me community service because I can't do these, I can't do community service, but people can commit a crime.
I can clean up,
Okay.
I got the,
Who do you live by yourself?
yes, ma'am, I do.
All right. Do you have any grandchildren? Do you have any grandchildren?
Grandchildren,
Yes.
yes.
All right. This is what the state, you're asking for this DWI intervention and victim impact panel live and ignition interlock. Why is that?
Just in the stipulation, so as the defendant just stated, I mean, he does have prior DWIs in his history. It's concerning to me that the evidence that was stipulated to was that while he was sitting in his car, he was thrown back multiple Modelo beers. Had the police not intervened at the time that they did, he would have been driving while intoxicated. So that's why I'm asking for that, Your Honor.
All right. There's a $2,000 fine. It'll be probated. 8 years in the prison, suspended and probated for 5 years. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. TAP evaluation in custody. Follow TAP recommendations. Also, we'll do a referral to felony drug court. That's to be in custody. There's to be regular random UAs. Proof of employment or SSI. Within 45 days of release, there's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Field visits 1 time per month until further notice. There's going to be 200 hours of community service restitution. No unsupervised contact with minors. Ignition interlock for half the term. You want to speak towards the victim impact panel and the DWI intervention? Because this the facts are, this would have been a DWI if he had been driving and.
Once again, Judge, he wasn't charged with any type of DWI. There were some DWIs in his past. However, my understanding is his last DWI was over 20 years ago. whatever the court feels is appropriate. I would argue that if he's being evaluated for felony drug court, the random UAs, the TAP evaluation, I believe all of those things would hopefully address any issues regarding either drugs or alcohol that he may have, can be addressed through the TAP or through the felony drug court.
All right, state, what I'm gonna do, I think to address your issues, your concern with his driving, I'll do the ignition interlock. Defense, you are correct. The TAP evaluation should provide some type of treatment if you're honest. All right, so ignition interlock, half the term, 120 sober meetings and 120 days upon release. Probation, is there anything else he needs? Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful? All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
I did.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you're gonna have to change your ways, otherwise it's not gonna end well for you, understand?
Yes.
All right, good luck to you in this court. To be successful on probation, communication is key. If for any reason you feel as though your issues are not being addressed, you can speak to probation, and if they're not addressing it, you can always come back to court.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes,
Judge. May I
ma'am.
be excused?
Yes.
Oh.
All right, for the restitution hearing, please.